one thing in Indian context I like to mention that it's not only the torture sitting in a police station what it is doing, what is the attitude of the government. Now like Indian government, it took almost 40 plus years to ratify the Convention Against Torture, and even when it has been ratified, no change has been made. In the practical scenario there, in the Kashmir context, like 500,000 Indian army is stationed there, but in case of human rights violations, they said none of the army men can be brought to book, already exemption exists there. So it's like a free hand that do whatever you want, and that is why many of the people, those who are tortured, they get killed even during the torturing process, and in the coming days it's shown as a staged encounter or a real encounter they claim as it is.
But John, does that make sense that in democratic countries the interrogators are practiced at finding some kind of a moral balance?
Well, first of all, I think we need to make a distinction, truly democratic countries and democratic in name only. We have a number of issues around the world with that where we might want to call it a democracy, but very little exists in form or substance. It all boils down to the meaning of a human being, the value of a human being, and the value that the government and the people, and once again, the people themselves must value themselves to a point. The reason that North Korea, for instance, can continue is because the people are, in the view of the government, owned by the government. They aren't human beings. They're chattel. We have a concept in the United States that human beings, human life is important, therefore human rights exist. They exist naturally. They can't be conferred by the government, but the government should be formed to protect those rights. This is a concept that's not held universally around the world. And I have fought it in a number of places where police forces, for instance, directors will seek to have rights of the accused removed because it makes their job too hard to have an attorney sitting in there during questioning. So it's, once again, the value of a human being. This is the prime question.